Headland. She is going to be playing her college ball at Manhattan College in the Bronx.
Nice. That'll be a great experience.
Boy, a shot ripped down the line. And that's going to be a ground rule double. Boy, that ball was absolutely smoked by Alfaro.
Yeah, that pitch was coming in on her hands, and she just picked that thing up out in front and turned on it and right down the lines. Just nice. She stayed through that ball. She pulls out a little too much. That ball's foul. She stayed through it really nicely, and that was shot down the line. Beautiful piece of hitting right there.
And that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, the catcher, Alexis Soto. She'll be playing her college ball at Liberty.
Yes, Liberty. That's going to be an incredible experience for her. Dot Richardson is doing an excellent job there, putting them on the map and really just teaching those kids to play with intensity, determination, and a lot of joy. It's really beautiful to watch her coaching style and what she's doing there.
That's quite a get for Liberty. They have Dot Richardson over there.
Yeah, she's incredible, and like I said, like I'd love to be a fly on the wall there, just watching her, you know, in the interim with those kids and just what she's cultivating and doing, because it's really beautiful to be able to manufacture that, where the kids are really taking joy in what they're doing, playing the game, but still playing with a lot of intensity. So.
Small detail, right, Kim? Having fun, enjoying the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, you know, that gets lost a lot
yes,
of
it
times
does.
when you're you know, a high caliber athlete. It's really easy for that to, you know, you get so passionate about winning and working and all of that. Sometimes it's very easy to forget that this game was, you know, we played this game too because we enjoy it and we love it. But you know, I did that for years where I didn't take a lot of joy in that. So big strikeout right there for Salazar. That was awesome.
Big strikeout on the number 3 hitter.
Yep. See if she can keep working herself out of this, you know, runners in scoring position here. We got one out.
J.C. Henderson at the plate, the cleanup hitter, the third baseman. Called strike.
Yeah, she's going to have to live on those corners and mix her speeds and get a little crafty with these hitters to keep them off balance today. Right there, that's beautiful pitch. It's a good miss right there. Beautiful pitch. Keeps her off her balance. Love that.
Good to have that moving the eye level as well. Working them up high, down low a little bit.
Yeah, these hitters know what they're looking for. You know, they have a zone, you know, that they're looking for. That's their zone. I mean, there's a few players that look the whole plate, you know, but early in the count, ahead in the count. But now that she's behind, she's got to open it up and she's got to swing at that outside pitch that she didn't want, and just didn't quite let that get deep enough.
But it was a sac fly.
Yeah.
So the run scores, so sac fly there.
Yeah, good piece
for J.C. Henderson.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. You know, did not quite deep enough, but did her job and committed a little early, but stayed forceful through the zone to get that deep fly ball and score her team a run.
And that is now going to bring up Destiny Nori. Take another look at that sac fly. Deep enough to bring the first run of the game home.
Yep.
OC Batbusters, this is a team that you're familiar with, Kim.
Yeah, that's where I grew up. I grew up in Newport Beach, Costa Mesa area, and had the privilege of playing for the Orange County Batbusters. Back then, there was only one team. So
is that
dating
right?
Myself a little bit.
The one and only.
Yeah, there were 3 powerhouse teams though in the nation. It was us and the Panthers, which Lisa Fernandez played for.
Yes, former UCLA great.
Yeah, and the California Raiders. Phil Bruder coached that team, and Gary Hanning was my coach. And man, I played with some greats, Julie Smith, and yeah, it was quite incredible. The best of the best living in that pocket. Now we got so many great players spread out as 16 takes a walk there.
Destiny Nori, and that's now going to bring up number 44.
And this is our pitcher today.
So that'd be Riley Alfaro. And
yes.
Thanks for reminding me we have two number
44s
44s
on this team. Yeah, and they're both pitchers. I saw Kate throw yesterday. She threw a beautiful game yesterday.
Boy, that ball
Ooh,
smoked
nice.
past the second baseman, brings home her sister. And here comes another run. Some heads-up base running there by Destiny Nori.
Yeah, that pitch was, I think she just left that pitch up a little bit too much, outside pitch.
And you can see there, a ball smoked past the second baseman. The first run to come home was Riley's sister, Sage.
Yeah, great piece of hitting. It was middle out, and she left that ball. Salazar left that ball up a little bit, and she took advantage of it, kept that top hand strong through the ball, and ripped that thing right through the infield.
It's nice to give yourself a little bit of a lead before
Ooh.
you get on the mound, and we got a hit by pitch
Clear
there.
it.
Cassie Roman hit by the pitch.
Yeah, it's going to happen. Can't be surprised about that.
Saw a few of those yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, pitchers, it can't be perfect, and they're working really hard. Pitcher's job is, it takes a special person to be a pitcher. You have to grind and work very hard, spend a lot of time on your drills to be great.
Mentally tough.
Yeah. And it's and when you're not, when things aren't going well, you know, you feel like you're Lone Ranger on an island out there by yourself. It's tough.
And you got to do it yourself.
Yes, I mean,
you
that's
feel like.
Yeah, and that's why it's important for the nice pitch right there. That's a way to come back. That shows her toughness right there. Nice spin on that outside corner, keeping the ball down and low, beautiful. But that's where that team chemistry comes in and that unity. You know, they need to hear. She needs to hear them behind her. Nice block right there.
Megan Hedlund with the block. Lorraine Allo at the plate.
Yeah, keeping that runner on second. I'd like to see her getting a big lead over there with 2 outs and taking advantage of that ball in dirt and taking off. There she goes.
And you talk about the pitcher getting some help and getting it from the catcher right now. Megan Hedlund, she does a great job of blocking behind the plate. And that really helps the confidence of a pitcher.
Oh, absolutely. Like you have a catcher that can be a wall for you. You can throw those pitches. Nice spin on that. She's going to need that pitch today. That's beautiful. Took a little bit off of that. Nice spin. That's a tough pitch. Very nice.
Low and away. Victoria Salazar.
Yeah, I like how she's mixing her speeds. She went back out the same way, but she put a little more on that one. So again, just that's her job, is to keep these hitters off balance.
Comes up high, ball 4, and we have got the bases loaded and coming to the plate.
So she sees a little ground ball here, step on a bag, get out of the inning. Still keep that ball down. She doesn't want to make that mistake of leaving that ball up again with these hitters. They'll jump on it.
At the plate now is Marissa Nori. Bases juiced. Salazar pounding that strike zone, has no option with the bases loaded.
Yeah, she's gotta be smart here. Nice, there she is. She's working hard today. Nice job. It was a great pitch.
Timeout, having a little conversation. What do you think they're talking about over here? Bases loaded. You got an 0-2 count, 2 outs. What do you think the conversation is here? What can they be talking about?
I think it depends on your player. You know, you got to know your kids and know what they need to hear in that moment. You know, maybe he knows she's a little nervous because, you know, this is a big moment and he's trying to calm her down, or maybe he's talking about the outfielders, just a little poke base hit. We don't need a big long fly ball, you know, we just need a base hit, score some runs. I think that's just, again, but you need to know your kids. You know, you need to know when you need to kick them in the butt and when you need to encourage them to get the most out of them.
Well, Salazar in the circle trying to leave the bases full. and stop any further damage. Already given up 3 here in the top half of the first.
Yeah, and this is where it becomes, difficult. The pitcher's got to stay relaxed. If she tenses up in this moment, then her pitches are not going to work the way she wants them to. Nice job. Oh.
Off Salazar's mitt.
Oh, and she recovers.
Boy, great job.
Nice job.
Making the play there. Second baseman for Georges, and that's Alana Rogers making the play and bailing out her pitcher.
Yeah, well, that's she made a good job. Tipped that ball. Coming off there, good recovery. Yeah, she's got to play that she's got to play that play off her pitcher, tipping that ball, anticipating, hanging back just enough to still make that play if Salazar misses that ball. So great job of getting out of that inning right there.
Well, the Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball is brought to you by Mac Media, the largest Apple Premier sales and service provider in the Southwest. Proudly serving the Valley for 21 years. 2 locations to serve you. Old Town, Scottsdale, and Peoria. And as always, you can visit MacMediaInc.com. And now it'll be the Georges' turn to grab the bats as they trail 3-0. And in the circle for OC Batbusters is Riley Alfaro. And we saw her get a base hit that plated some runs there in the top half of the first. Now she takes her turn in the circle.
Yeah, and these pitchers, athletes I should say, because a lot of the pitchers I've seen this weekend, they're playing positions when they're not pitching. They're hitting in the lineup. They've got to be in incredible shape to be pitching and hitting and running those bases. Their legs they've got to have great endurance and great strength to be that all-around athlete, and you don't see it very much done well, but you can do it. And it's very rare that you see it in college, but again, dating myself, Nancy Evans was a beautiful example of that at University of Arizona. She was shortstop pitcher, hitter, and did it all and did it well.
And now leading off for the Georges in the bottom half of the first is the second baseman who made the great play there to end the top half of the first and kept OC Batbusters from getting some more runs on the board, and that is Alana Rogers. And she is going to be a junior at Willow Canyon High School out in the West Valley of Phoenix. And tell you what, she's a multi-sport athlete, which I just love, Kim. And her other sport, wrestling. How about
Nice.
that?
I like that. I like that.
She just picked it up. I had a chance to speak with her last night, and she's really into it.
Oh, that's awesome. Love to hear that. So she's competing against the boys.
It's a girls' team, actually.
there
Yeah,
is.
they have girls high
Awesome.
school wrestling here in
Wow.
Arizona. It's pretty new, and she's a part of that, and she loves
Oh,
it.
that's great. Well, when you're an athlete, and I remember I played softball, since I could walk. So when I got in high school, I got to play some other sports, and I just loved it because it was new, something exciting and new, and I loved volleyball. So that was. Actually, I almost went to University of Hawaii and double sported as a back row volleyball player and softball player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
Now, as a multi-sport athlete, how do you feel like that helped you going from sport to sport?
well, I mean, I just think if you're athletic, you're just working different moves, different agility,
Different
strength.
muscle groups.
Yeah, different, but it's also, I think, mentally, just because it keeps it fresh and new and fun. And again, that's why we compete. It's we don't want it to become a job. As much as sometimes it does. Nice piece of hitting. Nice.
Shot ripped
Woo!
down left field, gets away. And that's going to be a stand-up double for Alana Rogers. Great start for the Georges here in the bottom half of the first.
Yeah, I love this kid. She's good approach at the plate. She stayed inside out that ball and kept that top hand strong and lined that ball down the left field line solid. That was beautiful.
And that's now going to bring up Kaylin Koch, and she's going to be playing her college ball at Stanford.
Woo.
As we take another look at Rogers' double down the left field line.
That's going to be fun.
Yes, not only can she play a little softball, Kim, but guess what? She's pretty good in the classroom as well, obviously.
Yeah, I noticed so was Alana.
Yes.
4.6
Yes.
GPA. Yeah, these kids are, they're brilliant. It's awesome to see. You know what their character is like if they have that kind of work ethic and they can handle all of this stuff and handle it well.
And I'll tell you what, when you're a college recruiter and you're looking at these players, that makes a difference. If you've got somebody who's mature, handles their business off of the field, they're going to look even more attractive to you.
Well, absolutely. If I'm looking, especially if I'm recruiting, a similar type player, and I've got one who's a 4.6 and I've got one who's a 3.6, I'm going to lean towards the kid who's 4.6, but then it also comes down to, doing some, they do their homework. Kids, they do their homework on your background. Nice play right there. And she's safe, hustling down the line. Kind of pulled off that ball and got it off the end, a little dribbler to the third baseman.
Kind of a swinging bunt there.
Yeah, and she hustled down the line and beat it. So it was a nice job.
But back to what the college recruiters are looking for.
Yeah, they're also looking at, like how she gets out of the box right there. They're also looking at your character and your family and everything, because I still have friends that are coaching. Shout out to Allie Habits at Alabama. Hi, Allie. Oh!
Boy.
That was great.
Boy, that ball was absolutely ripped by Leela Allen, but a great job there.
Yeah.
By the shortstop, making the play there.
Yeah, that was hot. It came off. That was a great hit. That's a base hit in the books, even though it was a line out. It was a great hit. And she almost picked Alana off at third, but she was quick to pivot and dive back.
That was Destiny Nori there at shortstop.
Sorry, my bad.
Yep. Terrific play.
We need numbers on the front, too.
We'll take all the help we can get over here.
Yeah, I like the big numbers and big names.
Yes. Now, in the box here for Georges, trying to bring home a pair of runs. A base hit will do it. Runners at second and third. Laudick.
It's going to fall.
It's going to drop. One run will score. And Koch will stay at third.
Nice.
What heads-up base running right there.
Yeah.
Number 9 for Georges. That was Caitlin Laudick. She's going to be playing her college ball at Furman University. They're going to love her in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yeah. That cutoff has got to be – that second baseman, I believe, was covering the bag on that. I'm not mistaken, but that cutoff's got to be quick to throw that pick to second base to keep that runner off. Just kind of paused and hesitated because she was that runner. But that's where the catcher's got to be vocal, and the infielders have got to be vocal, calling where that ball's going to go right before that it enters that cutoff's glove. Whether she's yelling 4-4-4 or home, home, home.
Communication is key.
Yep.
A.J. Murphy now stepping in for the Georges, shortstop, and she is a special talent as well. She made some plays last night.
No.
Unbelievable. And that ball is gone. Absolutely smoked. Right on cue.
Wow.
A.J. Murphy with a 3-run blast. And tell you what, she got all of it.
Yeah, she did. And that was a little off speed, and she left it up high in the zone. And, man, did she capitalize on that. Kept her hands back and just crushed it. That was a beautiful piece of hitting.
Did she get a cookie? She got something she liked. Another look. See how patient she was waiting on that?
Yeah, and again, because a lot of hitters don't keep their hands back that well when that off-speed pitch comes. And she saw it a mile away and just held those hands back and just launched that ball out of the yard. Beautiful job. And, wow, they should be excited about that, huh?
And how about the response by this Georges team? They gave up a 3 spot in the top half of the first, and they come back with 4 and looking for more here with Macy Hilt now coming up to the plate.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that's been really refreshing watching the games yesterday and today is, I feel like there's a difference the way the kids are playing. I think their hearts are so grateful to be out here and be doing what they love because of everything that's been going on and shut down, that they're playing with a little bit more, ease and joy and confidence, like versus pressure. They're really just happy to be here. And I think you see that in how they're playing the game, and you know, they're not backing down, they're not cowering, they're not shutting down if somebody's taking a lead on them.
Well, let's see how Riley Alfaro responds. And the catcher, Alexis Soto, trying to help her pitcher out. Low and inside to Macy Hilt. Hilt going to be a senior at Liberty High School. Also plays basketball.
Nice.
Yeah. I can see her working the post. 4.0 GPA. We like that.
Nice.
And ball
block
4. That's going to bring up Megan Headland.
Yeah, Riley's got to kind of get her composure here. Take a deep breath.
Headland, mentioned earlier, going to be playing at Manhattan College in the Bronx. Tell you what, I love how a lot of these players we're seeing over the past couple of days, they're going to be going and playing colleges all across the country. I mean, we've got Manhattan College here. We got Coke going to Stanford. We have another one going to Furman over in South Carolina.
Yeah.
It's great to see all these college recruiters making their way over here to the West Coast, here to Arizona, and finding these athletes.
Yeah, well, that's where the club coaches are doing a good job of getting their kids in tournaments, you know, across the country where they can be seen by these coaches, you know. Because there's so many kids. Oh, nice throw. Good speed there. Great jump. Yeah, we've got, I mean, and then, you know, you look at same thing, you know, on the Batbusters team. We've got kids going to
Liberty, Missouri, Texas State. That ball smoked to center by Headland. And coming home to score is Mia Perez.
Yeah, they've just decided to put on a hitting clinic this inning, which is awesome.
Unless you're the pitcher.
Yeah, awesome for the Hotshots, not so awesome for the, but I wouldn't take them out of the game by any means. They'll come dig back in.
But plenty of fireworks here in the morning. Both teams.
Yeah, but we've got kids, like I was saying on the Batbusters team, we've got kids going to Ohio State, Syracuse, Dixie State, Cal Poly, Missouri Liberty you mentioned. So they've got some great talent on this team and some great kids that are still looking for a home, so on both teams.
So if you are tuned in to Floodstream, there are still plenty of great players here not committed, and you can pick up some gems out here.
Yeah, and also just like I said, you know, it's surprising, you know, how well I've been seeing these kids hit these last 2 days after not seeing live pitching, you know, after being shut down and not seeing it. We were listening to an interview with Kate from the other Batbusters pitcher, number 44, yesterday after she pitched, and she just was like, we're just so grateful to be here. It's so nice to throw to live batters instead of throwing them to a bullpen in my backyard with my dad, you know? So
it's amazing the things you take for granted.
Yeah. So it's just like, I think it goes back to they're playing with a little, and he, amazing. I mean, he taught me stuff I had never been taught in softball, and my throwing mechanics, my hitting mechanics, and I just grinded like I'm a grinder. And so I tried out for the Colorado Silver Bullets, and Tommy Jones was scouting at the tryout that I was at, and we hit 5 balls off the tee. And I'm thinking, how are they going to see if we can hit? But you got all these massive girls coming out, and some of them, you know, can't do anything. And they're like, you get 5 balls off the tee. I'm like, how are they going to know? But now as a coach, I know what they're looking for. And he walked right over to me. He's like, who taught you how to hit? And
so what do they look for when you're hitting off a tee?
well, I mean, you're looking for the kids. Like, I like to see a kid with the tee as tight as possible, meaning, you know, back in the zone. Oh, nice drag bunt.
That's Rogers. Base hit. Rogers lays down the bunt, made the nice play to end the
That was
inning,
beautiful.
and comes up with the bunt.
Beautiful drag bunt. She just deadens that thing. It sits right out in front of the plate, and nobody can make a play on her. That was beautiful.
So back to hitting off a tee. What?
Yeah, I like to see hitters that can that can work off the tee with it. A lot of hitters the tee will be way out in front, and that gives me a lot of time to drop my hands, for my hands to come out. So the tighter you work that tee, then your mechanics have to be pure. You have to stay inside the ball. You have to take your top hand directly to the ball. Your top hand can't come out. You can't drop it, or you're going to hit the tee. So those, and then I'm looking for those, those mechanics and that bat speed, and how they're, and their balance, how they're finishing or holding their finish, lots of things that I know now that I didn't know then. So I was just so blessed to have Coach Martinez teach me what he taught me, and then go out and have to do it, and train and grind, and what worked and what didn't work.
Kaylin Koch at the plate. Pitch is high. Snap throw to first. Rogers back safe. So I think a lot of people, when they think about hitting, they don't think they're getting much out of hitting off a tee. They all want live pitching, but there's a lot you can get out of hitting off a tee.
Well, that's where it comes from. You have to spend the hours. It's boring as heck, but you have to spend the hours on the tee. It just doesn't. I mean, Tony Gwynn was one of the greatest hitters. He took 500 cuts a day or something on the tee. Like, he was, it's just it just keeps everything where it needs to be, and it's your whole career. It's not, okay, now I have these mechanics and I don't have to do that anymore, just do live. Well, when you're in live, like, if you commit a little early with those hands, or you drift a little bit, you get off balance, like, those little things bleed. Oh, pass ball.
Ball gets away. Rogers moves up to second base. In scoring position here for Kaylin Koch.
Yeah, so it's just a foundational piece. But again, same like with the pitchers have to do their drills, and you don't just do them when you're little. I remember one of my sister's teammates, Teresa at U of A, she would tell me, she's like, I had to do all those drills I did when I was 5. I continued to have to do them. Nice pitch. Continued to have to do them all through college. Like, you don't stop. These kids think, oh, that's like fundamental, elementary. I'm like, no, you
it's
have
just
to
when you're
continue
younger,
to do
right.
this. If you want to be good, this is your lifestyle. It has to be your lifestyle.
And I think that's just a great commentary coming from Kim.
Nice block right there, keeping her at second base.
Great job there by Alexis Soto.
Yeah, she's having to work hard right this inning back there, which that's her job.
Pitcher's best friend.
That's right.
Low and outside. Soto fires.
Yeah, she hesitated a little bit.
Yep.
I think she didn't have a clear view of how far she was off. Want to see those catchers throwing constantly, reminding those runners,
yes,
hey, don't get too smart, don't get off too far.
Don't get too comfortable out there. Keeping an eye on you. Shot in the hole, gets through the shortstop. And heads up base running there by Leela Allen, taking second base. Ball got through the shortstop. Destiny Nori. Won't see that happen too often. But now the Georges have runners on second and third.
Yeah, she took a funky hop, but again, she was hovering a little bit up with that glove. I want to see those fielders with that glove, literally the back of your glove brushing the dirt, because it's so much easier and faster to come up on the ball if it takes a funky hop when you're in that down position versus you're hovering and then having to go down.
So Georges with runners on second and third, 1 out, bottom of the third, game tied at 5.
These guys are relentless, man.
Yes.
Love it.
Making these pitchers work out here this morning.
Yeah. As they should be.
Yes. Spoken like a true hitter. Caitlin Loddick at the plate. Big cut there. Loddick was the one that got hung up on the center field fence, going back for the home run ball. That was hit by Marissa Rubio. Glad to see that she is okay. That one's going to be foul. Blodek, we mentioned earlier, going to be playing at Furman University. Yep. She majored in psychology. Yeah, she's a thinker. Made the all-academic team her senior year of high school. Favorite athlete, Javi Baez. The all-everything infielder for the Chicago Cubs. Blodek goes down swinging. Big strikeout right there by Alfaro.
Yeah, it's got to feel good.
Now you got 2 outs, and the runner's still in second and third, and that's going to bring up the big stick of A.J. Murphy. As we take a look at that strikeout there. A.J. Murphy, the 3-run bomb.
Yeah, she's got a little long in her swing. See that front side come up and that top hand come out a little bit and come long and level through the zone there. So we'll see those hands again, staying back, firing hard. There she goes.
Fouls that one off. Saw Murphy turn a double play last night. Impressive athletic play. She's going to be a senior at Millennium High School out in Goodyear.
Yeah, she's a big, strong girl, athletic. What's not to love?
Yeah, she's not committed either.
Yeah.
She's looking for somewhere to go. Comes from a very athletic family.
I can't see her in that helmet, but she must be pretty because she was homecoming queen in 2019.
Yes. It's funny how that goes together.
Yeah. I mean, it's not always, you know, it's beauty's on the inside, but it's nice if it's on the outside too. Not as much as you get older.
2-2 pitch. Gets knocked through the hole left side. That brings home Rogers, and the Georges are back on top by a score of 6-5. RBI single for Murphy, so she now has 4 RBIs here this morning.
So this is a good example of, we saw it a little bit earlier with that top hand coming out a little bit. She committed a little early and that top hand came out, but she stayed through the pitch strong. And she hooked it a little bit and rolled over, but she's stayed strong. There she goes. Nobody. So, and then she hooks it and follows through with a lot of force, and so that ball has the capacity to get through that 5-6. So it's not exactly what she likes, how she likes to hit the ball, but it works. You're not always going to be perfect, have perfect timing, so you have to commit through that ball hard.
Speaking
like
of being
that.
committed, Macy
Boom.
Hill, 3-run jack.
And that's staying through the ball, up through the ball.
And that's the hammer.
Yeah.
Hammer Hilt,
Gotta love
3-run blast.
Boom.
What, you think she was committed on that one?
She was committed through and through. She was going up over those trees committed.
That ball absolutely smoked.
Yeah, beautiful piece of hitting right there. Again, she's coming through perfect. It's a high pitch, so those are the pitches that are going to get out in a hurry. And she just stays through, follows that ball up through the zone to take that thing out of the yard. Nice job.
So it's 2 3-run homers for the Hotshots Georges with A.J. Murphy and now Macy Hilt. And they now lead 9-5. A little meeting at the mound for the OC Batbusters. Try to talk through some things.
Yep, they've got to make some adjustments here.
But how about that? It was a 2-2 count, 2 outs, and Macy Hilt delivered the bomb.
Yeah, Deuce is very wild on that one.
Now it's going to bring up the catcher, Megan Headland. Alfaro delivering the strike to Headland. Boy, love to see that from Alfaro.
Yep.
Pumping that strike zone.
Yeah.
Coming off the 3-run blast.
Yeah, she's just got to get that curveball a little bit more there off the plate. She's kind of a little bit middle out or that like that too far off the plate. So she's working hard to find it. It's, like I said, pitchers tough for our pitchers. They work very hard and things are not always working the way you want. And that's why, you know, I tell young pitchers, you know, you've got to, you know, teach me a curveball, teach me a drop ball. I'm like, no, throw the fastball and hit your spots. Then we'll talk about another pitch. And that pitch is going to be changeup. And then we'll talk about another pitch after that when you can do that.
Shot back up through the middle by Headland.
Because so I've got to be able to go to that. I've got to, when things are not working, I've got to be able to bust a fastball in underneath the hands just off the plate and try to get them to commit to something that's not their pitch. You know, down and low and in, you know, knowing the hitters and their weaknesses and being able to throw. And yes, mix in those other pitches as waste pitches and your changeup and off speeds to keep them off balance. But sometimes it's like nothing's working.
Kay steps into the box, fouls it off.
So if you know you can go back to that foundational, those pitches, you know, when your 5 other pitchers are not working, you know, it gives you a little bit of confidence that, okay, I can rely on this, I can grind through this, and I can still, oh, nice job. That was a great hit.
Knocks one to right field. Runners now in first and third.
Yeah, again, another great piece of hitting. That ball is low. I mean, that's a great pitch. That's a great pitch. And she just let that thing get deep in the zone and stayed strong with that top hand. Didn't drop the top hand, stayed strong through it. He gets a nice rocket to right field.
Great piece of hitting by Case. That's going to bring up third baseman, Molly Dickerson. We've seen her work some magic out in the field with that glove. Let's see if she can bring home another run here for the Hotshots Georges team. Lead 9-5. They've scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the third.
These kids they've got a good eye. They're not going fishing when she's leaving that ball a little too much off the plate. They're not biting. They're being very disciplined at the plate.
Pops it up. Out of play.
And again, I think that goes back to just how we were talking about their temperament and just where their mindsets are coming out here and having the opportunity, you know, looking at it as an opportunity and being grateful to play. They're a little more relaxed. Their minds are a little more clear. You know, maybe there's a lot more confidence in, you know, in that they have nothing to lose. This is just thankful to be here. That was a great cut. And when you're like that, the ball looks a lot bigger. You know, and the ball looks like a beach ball, and you can pick that up. But don't ask me why. But when you have no confidence and you're in a hole, the ball looks like it's the size of a pea.
Yeah.
Like you just don't pick it up, and it's awful when you're like that, and that's why the mental game is so important. Oh, nice
shot
job.
Right center.
What a baby!
And another 3-run homer for the Hotshots Georges team.
Yeah, she wasn't going to get caught on that curveball getting long. She went right to that, sent it out of the opposite field. Nice job.
And this time it's the third baseman, Molly Dickerson, with the 3-run blast. Take another look at that swing. Drives it to right field.
So short and compact. That's where she gets all that power. She's got a great balance downstairs. And she gets squared up on that again, lets that ball travel deep. You know, some kids are trying to hit that outside pitch out in front too much. You know, like casting that upper body a little bit and this hitting with their upper body. She stayed in her body and got all of that. And that's why, too, you don't have to be, you know, big, strong girl to hit for power. You can, if you do the right things and you're balanced and you're staying inside the ball, staying short to the ball, generating great bat speed and balance and power, you can go deep too, just like she just showed us right there.
It's going to bring up Megan McCammon.
Now it's easier for girls to do that, like Megan, because she was blessed with this great, big, strong body, you know. So, you know, but she still, if she does those things too, she does those same things that we just talked about, her ball's going to go to the second fence. And I saw a lot of that when my sister played at U of A. They would not hit the ball over the first fence; they would hit it over the second one and on the parking lot.
A little bit of power with that group.
Oh, my gosh. It was insane. Jenny Dalton-Hill, Laura Espinoza-Watson, my sister Leah Bratz. I mean, Leah Amico. You could go on and on. Amy Chelival. They were just Nancy Evans. I mean, it was incredible to watch.
And that was during the heydays there of Mike Candrea and the Arizona Wildcats down in Tucson. Those teams were absolutely loaded.
Four national championship rings? Yeah.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all. 4-time All-American, that's all.
Is that any good?
And she was blessed like Megan. My sister is the complete opposite of me. She's 6 foot. She was a beast.
Boy, beautiful off-speed pitch there
nice
by Alfaro.
Yeah.
To finally get out of this third inning, but not before the Georges put up a 7 spot, a hockey stick. And they now lead 12-5 through 3. Step aside for a quick break. You're watching the Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball Series on Floodstream. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, as we start the top of the 4th inning. And Sydney Babbick still in the circle for the Hotshots Georges team.
Oh.
Boy, shot is ripped to short. Ball was struck by Emily Zuniga. A.J. Murphy making the play.
Yeah, Emily hit that just right at her.
Tell you what, you talk about the mindset of a pitcher. How about when your team puts up a 7 spot for you, and now you're leading 12-5. Last time you were out there, it was 5-all.
Yeah, you can relax a little bit more, and then everything seems to work a little bit better. Again, no tension. That's why we got to keep the mind clear. Can't pitch or hit with that kind of tension. Worry, angst, anxiety just doesn't go well.
And we got a correction. We got a new shortstop out there. That's Molly Dickerson. Moves from third to short, and Dickerson just coming off a 3-run home run there in the bottom of the 3rd.
Salazar's looks like Salazar at second. Is that Salazar at second now?
Salazar's at second,
Missed
yes.
that last inning, and then who we got at third now? Not sure.
Not sure either.
We don't get the updates of the changes. They just kind of move them around.
We're on our own. Do the best we can. And it's going to be Case at third base. Thank you for turning it around.
Yeah.
Number 19.
Need to make new jerseys without the team logo,
Yes.
just the name on the front
Yes.
and the
Help
number.
us out. That shot goes foul by Marissa Rubio. Rubio with a 2-run homer earlier this morning.
Yeah, I like this. I like this kid.
Rubio not committed. She's going to be a senior. She's got a 4.0 GPA.
Yeah, good cut right there. She's right on that pitch. Sets her up for good things. Whenever you're fouling that ball straight back to the back of the fence, back of the net, then watch out for the next one.
That means she's on it, huh?
Yeah, she's on it. Her timing is good. She just missed that.
Off speed.
Yeah, and that's a smart pitch call right there.
And a nice slick play there by Salazar.
Yep.
Moving to her right, getting in position and making the play.
Yep, so she just didn't pick up that speed quite enough, didn't wait quite long enough. So she committed just a little early and ground ball rolled over there. Still a hard hit to second base, not, you know.
Salazar able to make the play. It's now going to bring up Sage Alfaro. Chopper to second. Salazar charges in, makes the play.
Gotta hurry.
Boy, Alfaro was hustling down the line there.
Yeah, she gets out of the box hard. I love that. And she digs. Again, I really like that kid. She's just all around good player.
And you know what Sydney Babbitt likes? A 1-2-3 inning after her team puts up a 7 spot.
Yeah.
Well, you just love to see that. As we take another look here.
Yeah. Oh, I can go relax some more.
Yeah, exactly. If sitting on the bench
I'll
through
just
a
sit here.
7-run
Can
inning,
you guys score another 7? I'm just going to chill.
I'll be right here if you need me.
Yeah, that was my rule as a coach. The only people allowed to sit down were the pitcher and catcher. Everybody else had to be up, cheering for their team,
Gotta be
engaged.
Gotta be involved.
Girl strikes out, your teammate strikes out, she comes in the dugout. You better be four or five of you lined up, ready to give her a high five and say, "You're all right, get it next time."
What is it about the atmosphere in softball that generates that? Because you really don't see it in baseball, especially with the excitement of softball. I don't think with the continued excitement.
You just
from
don't
the
see
bench.
it the same way. They're playing practical jokes and cracking and saying their one-liners, and it's still there because I played baseball, and that was one thing that I really loved about it because there's more time in the game to do that. You know what I mean? It's a slower game, so there was a lot of
You got time to
shooting
kill.
the, you know what, and just. It was just, I don't know, it's just different. It's just different, and it was fun. It was the camaraderie was incredible because there's more time to do that during the game, I guess, and in softball it's awesome, but it's more like it's high level excitement, versus planning practical jokes or planning whatever you're going to do or say the next time, and so but yeah, there's just so much. In this game, there should be constant energy,
Yes.
constant intensity, because the game is so fast. There is no lapse. There is no time to lapse. So, you're on. You're always on. And that drives me nuts when I see that. Just with teams, even at a real low level. I'm like, if we're gonna do it. Let's do it with full intensity. Let's do it fully engaged. And that's for anything. You're going to play violin, do that when you play your instrument. Do that when you, in your chess, whatever it is.
Full commitment.
Yeah, 100%. I'm a full throttle girl.
I'm kind of getting that feeling over here.
No one speed. I turned 51 yesterday. Ouch. And I am still at the same speed that I was at 25.
That's great. Keep that energy going. Mia Perez now at the plate. Now remember, these games, they go 90 minutes.
We're getting close, aren't
and
we?
we're about on it. This game was started about 7:35-ish, 7:40, and we're just past 9 o'clock. So
Oh, I don't want this game to end. No, let's play. Let's keep going. This is a good, like I said, lots of hitting.
yes, a lot of action.
A lot of action. I like the action.
Which Kim Vosard enjoys.
Yeah, my sister would say defense wins ball games.
That's a true pitcher speaking there.
No, my sister's a
Or
catcher.
yes,
yeah,
catcher.
She said defense wins ball games, and I say when we go to practice, we just need to work on hitting. That's all we need to do is hit.
You guys would be great together as a coaching
Yeah.
staff.
We'd kill each other probably. Nice.
Boy, beautiful bunt there by Kathleen Georges.
Oh, nice
Boy.
play by the catcher.
Yes. Great job
Yeah,
by
it
the
was
catcher.
it was just
Alexis Soto.
it was a great drag bunt. It just stayed a little closer to the plate than the last one when we saw us put down a drag bunt, and Soto just jumped on it, and that's her job. She's got to get out there as a catcher. That's her territory. There's a little half moon around the front there of the plate that she's got to cover because no one else can get those and make those plays. Great job by Soto.
And then as the catcher, when you're coming out of the box, Laudick hits it ground out to second. As the first baseman, what is their job as far as positioning to give a target to the catcher on a play like that?
Well, they want to get in the lane that she's in. They don't want her to throw across through that runner. So she's got to pick that side of the bag. You know, obviously it's in. She's on the inside part of the bag, and she's hands up, big target. Some girls will yell inside, inside, inside. You know, when you're playing at this level, you just need to really just give them a good target. And
Victoria Salazar now at the plate.
there's that nasty changeup. Gosh, she needs to throw that. That was a nasty pitch. Beautiful pitch.
I'd like to see more of that, huh?
Yeah, I want no part of that as a hitter.
You're just looking at that.
Yeah, and trying to attack something with speed so I don't have to get to.
Don't have to see another one.
So I don't have to see another one with 2 strikes on me. And that's where, like, for me, I went to, when I went to college, I went to a pullback. So I would show a bunt. I'm not going to bunt, but I would show a bunt.
There's that off speed
Yeah.
right there.
Show a bunt, and then as she was releasing it, I would track, do a pullback and track and bring the barrel back. So it just kept me a little bit more focused on that ball out of her hand and the speed of the pitch coming out of her hand. And then I would just poke it. You know, I would just almost like a half swing right to contact point. And I did that with a lot of power. I hit balls out like that, but it just helped me, track the ball. And I remember, I think a few years ago, watching Oklahoma play in the championship game, and I think 90% of their hitters hit that way, and it was just helps you to track. Doesn't make your swing weaker, doesn't make you weaker. And sometimes I think it makes you a little more powerful because you stay more compact in your swing.
Well, we talked about you played baseball with the Silver Bullets. Now, that was an all-women's baseball team.
It was.
But you played against men's teams.
Yes, that was fun. Especially when we won.
What did you like about that? What was that experience like for you?
Oh, man. So many things. Many things.
As you rebuilt your game from softball to baseball.
Yeah, again, it was a new challenge.
Right.
So I was like a sponge. I just picked the brains of my coaches, watched baseball as much as I could, and grind, wanted to be the best. Obviously wanted to beat the men, especially the ones that like to run their mouths, saying we didn't deserve to be out there and all that.
That happened?
Oh, my gosh, so much. Yeah. But, yeah, and then just the atmosphere, just – Phil Necro was our manager. We had
Hall of Fame pitcher, knuckleball pitcher.
Yeah, we had Johnny Grubb, Al Bunbury, Paul Blair, Tommy Jones, Bruce Crabb. I mean, we had so many incredible people. Phil and Joe Necro were a hoot, to just lead the ship. It was so awesome. And I had just, it was just so wonderful when you're that kind of a player and you're around other players that are like you, and you find your people per se. You feel so much more alive.
You find your group.
You just, and that's why I tell people, no matter who you are, find those people. Make it your mission to find those people that are like you, because they make you better.
Like-minded, sure.
They make you better, and they make you be the best version of yourself that you can be.
And that's in any walk of life.
It is so important. And I think that just, I talk to them even now, and all of us, we just miss each other, and we've never had that again. What we had, it was a family that you can't even put words to, what that was like, to be unified with people cut from the same cloth.
And along with playing with that Silver Bullets team, you also had an opportunity to win 2 gold medals with the USA women's baseball team.
Yeah, I came out of retirement at 38 after having my kiddos. And,
oh, my.
And got back at it.
Good
and
for you.
Yeah, we went to Japan and played a World Series. Nice little knock there. Oh!
Boy, Salazar with the dive. Great job of knocking it down, trying to make the play.
Yeah, I think she kind of got stuck in that dirt. She had a hard time getting up, made a great diving play, and just couldn't quite get up quick enough.
So base hit for Soto, and that's now going to bring up J.C. Henderson. So you had the opportunity to go to Japan to play.
Yeah, I went to Japan and played a World Series, and that first year, 2004, and I was just, I was on fire with my hitting, and just had it was just great, and had the game-winning hit in that last game, which was just so fun. Walk off there.
That's great. Base hit up the middle by Henderson. Runners now at first and second.
Yeah, and then we went to Canada for the World Cup after that, and I was starting to feel, a level of pressure, because I was just on fire, and everybody was looking to me
to produce.
To produce, and I started taking that on, and I started buckling, and I was just like kind of a hot mess, and everybody believed in me, and I started just kind of doubting, because I was having that pressure again. That was where that mental is, so important. And I'm 38 in my career. Oh, nice tip there. Oh.
Boy, terrific
nice
play there by Molly Dickerson. Gets her gloves on it, makes the quick toss to Case to get the out.
Yeah, liner there to third, and she does a great job of getting up and getting something on that. And then Molly is anticipating that. She's coming over immediately, playing that ball as if she's the only player out there, and ready for that tip and to make that play. That was awesome. Great heads up right there.
Now,
so we've got, they're making a comeback here, trying to make a comeback here.
Cassie Roman at the plate now.
Yeah, you can't put these guys out of the game, ever.
OC Batbusters.
Got some great players on this team.
So Canada.
Yep. So yes, went to Canada, and I was just starting to feel that pressure, and I wasn't handling it well, and I just started kind of getting nervous, and still hit well, but not as well. And then we made it to the championship game against Japan, and we were in a tie ball game. I came up with bases loaded, last inning, tie ball game, 2 outs.
No pressure.
And I'm feeling the pressure.
No pressure.
Oh my gosh. And I'm just like, I'm not confident. I'm just not. I'm just like, here I am, 38. I have this huge career, and I'm like, oh.
All the experiences that you've
yes, and I'm still just a little bit insecure on that, and just driven perfectionist. And I hit a dribbler. Nice shot there.
No dribbler there.
No.
Off the bat of Roman. And it's going to be a ground rule double. Boy, that ball was smoked,
yeah.
Yes.
Again, she didn't, she kind of came around that, or got hit that on the ground, rolled over, but power through it, and nobody's getting to that ball.
Big rip there by Roman. That's now going to bring up Lorraine Allo. And now, finish the story.
They're creeping back.
Got me at the edge of my seat. You teased us. What happened in your at bat in the Canada Cup?
I cue balled it, basically dribbler. So we went into extra innings, and then like 2 innings later, I come up again. Or I'm pacing in the dugout. And my manager looks at me and he's like, "Bratzy, it's gonna be you again." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm trying to calm down, and sure enough, I came up again. Nice pitch right there. I came up again with bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in extra innings, and
Tell me it's not another dribbler.
I
please.
jacked one in the
There we go.
yeah, in the opposite field gap, and
There we
won.
go.
Yeah, and we won.
Good work. Good work.
I had another walk off, just like in Japan. The first same thing, the very end, and she threw me high inside fastball, and I jacked it over the fence, foul. Then she came back with curveball outside, and I stayed back on it, and I took it in that gap, and we won. So it was
look at you.
great memories. Great memories.
And now you're here
Nice
with
pitch.
And now you're here with me. Boy, how things have changed.
Now I'm just
I feel sorry for you.
now
right
I'm just
now,
mom. I'm just Franklin's mom, Maddie's mom.
You're much more than that. That's great. Great stories. Had such a successful softball and baseball career.
Yeah,
We are happy to have you here.
I was surely a late bloomer. Yeah.
We're very happy to have you here and providing some commentary and lending your expertise to some great talent out here at Rumsey Park in Payson.
Yes, beautiful weather. Again, nice to get out of the. It's just such a short drive.
Yeah, I forgot.
Just come up for the day.
I forgot about how it took me an hour and 15 to get up here yesterday. I'm like, I forgot how close this was.
Yeah.
And how beautiful it is.
Just come, take a walk around, have lunch, and drive back. It's worth it.
Yes. At the plate now for the Batbusters, number 27, Marissa Nuri. Yeah, I was joking with a buddy of mine. Last time I was up here before now was over 20 years ago for Camp Tonazona for ASU football.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah,
I
what
was
are
driving,
you doing?
I know, I was driving up here, and I'm like, how come I have not been up here more often? I'm like, my goodness, I got to get back up here. Yeah, it's terrific.
Quit pounding the pavement. Get outside, man.
Seriously. No, it's been nice. Salazar makes the
Stays
play.
down, makes that play, gets them out. Wow, that's awesome.
So just 1 run scored there, and that's going to do it.
That's going to do it.
Final score of 12-6. Georges gets the victory over OC Batbusters.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
That was. So you are one who enjoys some run scoring.
Yeah.
Well, we
the
got
hitting.
that. We got that.
I'm just
game.
watching the hitting. I'm not even watching how many runs are being scored.
Well, there was 12 for one team and then 6 for the other team.
True hitting coach, you know, it's just who I am.
12-6, but yeah, we saw. What impressed you with the hitting that we saw here in this first game?
I mean, they weren't fishing after bad pitches. I mean, I maybe saw 3 of them on both sides, you know, for the most part, just really seeing the ball well, you know, especially on those outside pitches. Like, so many kids commit early on those outside pitches, again, going back to working tight on the tee. You know, it gives you time to drift a little bit in your swing. And they weren't doing that. They were staying centered and balanced and letting that ball travel to the zone that they needed to hit for max power. That's how we hit for max power, you know, as we hit that ball where it's pitched. And they were doing that, you know, and they were sending it. And they were staying strong forearms through the ball. You know, love to see all that. So, yeah.
How has the club softball scene changed from when you were coming through the ranks?
Well, there's just so many kids playing now compared to when I was playing. You know, when I was playing, again, dating myself, but, you know, South, I mean, I found this out when I went to coach college at Samford University, but, and they were playing fast pitch when I was coaching, but when I was playing fast pitch, they were still playing slow pitch in high school in the South. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying you see what the SEC is doing. You know, the great coaches and great level of play in that part of the country. You know, it's just there's so many kiddos playing, and there's so many great players. So, you know, it's makes it difficult for these, you know, for these kiddos to be seen by everybody. You know, that's why you've got, as a club coach, you've got to be getting your kids in front of the eyes of coaches that they fit with, you know, where they can go play. You know, you can't, got an interview here. Awesome.
We do, and I'll tell you what, with us
Sorry,
right,
you're waiting. My bad.
With us right now is one of the players the college coaches need to keep an eye on,
Yes,
and that is the
yes.
shortstop, A.J. Murphy.
Great
of
job.
the Hotshots George's team. We had a 3-run bomb. We had another RBI single. Let's start off with the 3-run homer. Take us through that.
Well, I just got down 0-2, and I just told myself don't give up on the at-bat, and then I just waited on the changeup that was there, and I just took it for a ride.
Yeah,
That's
you kept
one
your
way
hands back. Awesome.
That's one way to put it. Took it for a ride. Just describe that feeling for me as somebody who's never done that before. What's that
It was
feel
like right in the middle of the bat. It was so fat. It just felt so good off the bat,
Yeah,
and it was just gone.
Awesome.
And then the RBI single. What did you see on that one?
I think I was 1-2, and then I just never gave up on that at bat also, and then I got a little jammed, but it worked.
Now you're gonna be a senior at Millennium High
Yep.
School. Now, as far as the colleges go, where do things stand with you, and who's kind of on your radar right now?
Right now I'm open to everything. I'm just getting a few calls here, and I'm
So
open for everyone.
You're open to go anywhere?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more West Side, but I'm
More
good.
West Side,
I'm good
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
You're a great player. You've
Thank
got
you.
great strength and
Thank
size.
you.
I'd take you.
Thank you.
Take it.
AJ,
Great smile.
Thank you.
AJ, what are some of the things you're continuing to work on while you're here and trying to improve your game?
Just staying up in the at bat and just like if I make a mistake on defense or on offense, like shaking it off and going on the other side and just playing loose.
That's great. So that doesn't affect your
Yeah,
bat.
just-
That's great
just
mental
getting rid
approach.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Good job. Let it roll off your back. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
exactly.
So AJ Murphy had the 3-run bomb, and that helps lead the Georges to the victory here this morning by a score of 12-6. AJ, appreciate the time. Look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing you
Yeah.
rest of today.
Thank you.
AJ Murphy, the shortstop of the Hotshots Georges team. And now we're going to be joined by Marissa Rubio. And it was Marissa Rubio. She had a 2-run blast of her own in this game. Take us through that at bat.
I was just hoping to get a hit, and then
It worked out.
You got more than
worked
you got more
out.
than that.
I thought honestly it was a pop-up at first. Everybody did, but it just ended up carrying, and then I guess
Well,
went over.
I think you have more power than you're giving yourself credit for.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, great job.
So talk about playing in this softball series and just having the opportunity to get back out in the field again.
It's a really great feeling, you know, after like months of just being at home and just doing stuff on your own, being able to like have the environment of like competition and being around like your teammates. It's just a whole new feeling that I really enjoy.
Yeah. Do you feel that? Do you feel the chemistry, or do you feel you guys are in a different place?
Definitely, because we would have like talks now and then, like online, like off of Zoom and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just like we were just hoping that we would get one chance to play for our seniors and hopefully like give them like a good farewell.
Yes.
And,
Yeah. And where are you thinking about school-wise, college-wise?
anywhere they're gonna take me.
Yeah. Are you open to go anywhere?
I'm open to go anywhere. I just want to get a good education and have a great time. Ooh, water's coming.
And that's our cue, Marissa.
Right.
Thanks for joining us.
Great game. Great game.
Stay cool out there, would you?
Thank you. You too.
Marissa Rubio taking one for the team.
Nice job.
Getting a little wet out there, and that's going to do it. Georges gets the victory 12-6 over the OC Batbusters. We're going to step aside for a quick break. Plenty to come here from Rumsey Park in Payson, Arizona. You are watching the Northern Arizona Elite Fast Pitch Softball Series right here in Floodstream. We'll be back in just a few moments.